My name is Rhapsody, and I'll admit, I was lucky enough in Season 1 to actually get the legendary Tech Pygmalion skin. Happens to have been the only of the legendary skins that my friend Rito did not get in that same period of time. So I don't want to be taking it for granted. However, something rolled through the Bazaar in-game shop, and I have to use it. It looks so goddamn good. Look at this pig doing Mac cosplay going on here. Honestly, it's the stuffed snake that I think really gives this the sauce. It's time to go into a rank mode. Also, my name is Rhapsody, name of the game is Bazaar, right? All the things that I otherwise would have said. Just 42 seconds of, have a look at this cool skin. Because it's about to become a tiny little icon, and we're not going to see it for a while. And I wanted to point it out because it looks cool. No, you had too much coffee. Pygmalion's Loft, our journey starts here. So, they patched 3 new characters into this game recently. Pygmalion, Vanessa, and Dooley have been included in the game. You can no longer just play Mac anymore. So we're going to be trying to adapt to this meta and see exactly what these characters can do against Mac. 12 gold, 2 income, certainly seems appropriate as Pygmalion. Choosing an enchanted item, that feels like a much stronger option than it's ever been before because of the existence of Mandala. The ability to just go for the best enchantment here. If you see shiny and it's on something that shiny is bad on, you can just re-roll it. If you see something that is a good enchant, you can just re-roll the item. It's pretty powerful. Choosing a gold tier skill, I did that most recently. Let's go for the enchanted item. Dang. The matchbox has Radiant on it, one of the things I could care about the least. Turbo Hatchet, when you buy this, get a truffle. The interesting thing about this is the truffle will also have the turbo enchantment, so it'll give 0.2 seconds of haste to the leftmost item. Obsidian Tusked Helm. I don't think this is good, but I do think the Obsidian enchant on a random small item for Pygmalion could be insane. It could become Yo-Yo. It could become Matchbox. It could become any number of Yo-Yo or Matchbox. Turbo's also okay because Pig doesn't really have access to a huge amount of that. Oh, hang on. Wait a second. I need to check this out. So let's first make sure that Truffle does have a turbo enchantment. It does indeed. When you sell this, and Truffle's turbo enchantment, by the way, is bugged. A lot of the what do they call them? Loot enchantments have been moved down in value. Specifically, the Truffle's enchantment had been moved down to only giving, the turbo enchantment had been moved down to, when you sell it, give your leftmost haste item 0.2 seconds of haste. The truffle still does 1 second of haste. Actually, I'm not certain that's a bug. It might just be because truffles aren't as common, but they are more common now that Pitchfork is in the game. I'm spending way too long on the start screen here. But if I get the turbo hatchet, it gives me a turbo truffle. If I transform that turbo truffle, do I get a turbo small item, and then I get another turbo small item from the hatchet? I have to try. What? I've been cheated. I've been rumbled. I've been lied to. I've been robbed. Strange mushroom, 4 gold. I should really go to JJ and see if I can see an item worth a damn. Oh boy. Luxury Kiwas. I don't know exactly how to pronounce that word. I am going with Kiwas at the moment. Also, is it Nargile instead of Nargile? Answer this on a postcard, please. Luxury Kiwas. Burn equal to this item's value. When you sell a property, this item gains +1 value. There's also the Steam Ladle. Every 4 seconds, burn 2. When you freeze, this gains +2 burn for the fight. And then the Tusked Helm. I could have upgraded it here. The Obsidian Tusked Helm was the right choice. I I'm kind of leaning towards going for the luxury kiosk and the steam ladle and then selling the truffle to increase the value of the kiosk. The only problem is the value this is going to have is 3, so it's going to be burning for 3 every 8 seconds. But also, it is a direction, and I've never played with those items before. But also, I don't know if those items are competitive enough in the modern meta, so I'm terrified. Okay, perfect. I think I've described all of the things now. Piggy bank. That's also a pretty good target for a truffle. Succulentes and pickles. I mean, Turbo Hatchet's definitely getting transformed in some way. Piggy bank is a good way to get money, but, like, you want it to be silver tier, otherwise you're paying 2 gold to generate 1 gold value in it, which generates another gold value when it comes out. Basically, it comes down to, do I think I'm going to be shopping on the other side of the day? Because if I do think I'm going to be shopping, I shouldn't get the piggy bank. If I think I'm going to be just holding it, and then I might even possibly get to upgrade the piggy bank, or even go to Barkun or Valpok and sell all of these for a +1, then it's a huge value gain and I need to take it. I think because I've taken luxury kiosk, which was pretty expensive for the early game, and it doesn't really give me that much benefit right now, I am playing an investment game, and so I should take the piggy bank. The speed will accumulate from here on out, okay? Bananable. Fun sun protection. I think we should take him out. No reason to do anything about the piggy bank first. Ideally, we'll get the overheal haste skill here. The first time you overheal each fight, haste your item 2 seconds. I wouldn't say no to duct tape, though, when you use the item to the left of this shield 5. Pop a bushel on one side of that. Get a 3-second bushel for a large amount of healing. Could be pretty useful, especially against Poison Mac. Let's have a look at the upgrade tree for Kiwas. I have to imagine it's literally just like, yeah, additional value when you sell a property is the only thing. Deeply unimpressive. This being available at bronze, how many bronze tier properties are available for Pig? That's probably a worthwhile question asking at this point. Maybe I should have asked it beforehand. Hang on. Property. We are looking at ATM Fixer-Upper Money Tree. Kiwas is also a tool, not a property itself. So yeah, ATM Fixer-Upper Money Tree. Obviously, the ones I'm most impacted by there are ATM. Is ATM. Which I would buy, admittedly, if it turns up. Ah, B1, B2, upgraded bronze tier item. Good to see it. I don't think Kiwas is the appropriate target at the moment. Steam Ladle? Do you even get that much more burn right now? No, its burn would scale more with freezing, but I don't freeze at all. I could hit the piggy bank with this upgrade. I could also go to Curio looking for another investment play. The extra investment play would be getting either rocket boots for additional value from Turbo whenever I change this hatchet into something else, or leg brace for the possibility of just getting max HP. I can't turn down B1 and B2 offering an upgrade here. It's way too much that they're offering here. I will take it on luxury kilos. Oh, they do actually get 2 current burn. That's not what it's... Oh, because it also increases the value of the item and the damage is based on the value. That makes sense. We have food! Actually, we have food and a toy. And we have a second piece of food as well. This is the most well-fed tiny furry monster that's ever existed. Definitely making investment plays. I don't have a way to generate the additional money in piggy bank here, so I'll be just moving the next space. I fully expect to lose this day.
I should warn you.
It will take someone else who is also making a day's worth of investment. Oh, absolutely. 3 burn items, that's me done. Shielded Philosopher's Stone. That's going to be really good for you when you start transforming things. But yeah, without like a decent amount of shield gain, there's no way I can even survive this burn. They've got regen. I've got way less burn. Yep. This makes sense. However, I only have to buy and sell like 2 properties before the luxury Kiwas is doing serious damage. The scaling of burn is really wild. There's like a gulf of like maximum 10 between a burn item being garbage and being insane. Obviously, the gulf depends on the cooldown of the item itself as well. And the point of the game. Right, most item has plus 8% crit chance. If you have 5 or fewer items, your items have 10% crit chance. Or shield items have plus 5. Rerolling for fire. Anything burn related would be really good here, but we don't have the money for it, so I'm just going to take Right Eye.
Trainers than me. I'm just getting you ready for them.
Jungle Ruins. I don't think I can take income constantly. I think at some point I have to go to like middle. But also middle doesn't sell items I care about right now. Well, she can. Medium properties. Cold room, I guess, technically, because I've got the Steam ladle, but is Freeze Pig really competitive right now? Should I be thinking about what's competitive right now, or should I just be putting together the best board? This is the hole I find myself in up to 2 weeks after a patch cycle, is I find myself, instead of thinking of what is the best thing I can do in this situation, I constrain what is the thing that I can do by, okay, but what has like a good outcome at the end game? Like what I'm not necessarily explicitly trying to play to the meta, but I am trying to make sure that I don't lose to the meta, which is still responding to the meta. I'd really like to kind of work out of that and just experience each run on its own face. Like right now, how would I do that? It would be recognizing how many Pygmalion properties are medium-sized and making our decision based around what gives me the most ability to win our next fights. Okay, so Pygmalion, and I'm looking for properties. It must have the medium size. There are 9 of them. Aurora Dome. It's another freeze trigger, cares about kind of thing. Balcony, beehive, cold room. Sauna. When you burn, heal, and also gain regeneration for the fight would be an insane hit for us. Snow globe. And then the remaining ones are higher rarity. There's also the possibility of going to Jungle Ruins for 2 income. Admittedly, I am already encouraged to buy and sell ATMs, which is going to give me income as well. And those ATMs are to be found in someone like Middle's store. All right. I'm going to go to Middle.
Welcome in, hon. What can I get you?
Pitchfork. At the start of each day, get a truffle. If you have a property, get a second truffle. Yeah, that's really good for us. I'll be selling my blue nanas and getting the pitchfork. I do like cargo shorts, by the way. Heal 10 for each type this has, shield 10 for each type this has. This has the types of the items in your stash. I do really like that, especially with truffles, because it gets food and loot, which are 2 ones that are not super easy for it to usually pick up. Weapon and tool also come out of the pitchfork. But I don't have enough money to hold all of this, unless I get rid of the piggy bank. But the piggy bank right now doesn't even sell for additional value. I need to sell this. I need to either upgrade this, sell this to Volpark, or Barkun in order to get the value out of it that I'm looking for.
I used to offer a free ride home, but people thought it was weird.
Oh boy. Get a freeze item, please be Snow Globe. Kind of. Booby trap every 7 seconds. Freeze an item 1 second when you use a property charges 1 second. So I do want that eventually, but right now, it's just... I mean, God, maybe it's actually better than having Kios on the field because it'll freeze something, so it will cause the Steam Ladle to scale, and the Steam Ladle is significantly faster with this burn application. So after the Booby Trap has gone off 2 times, we're actually stacking burn on the enemy. Like, it is a good hit. That was a really good space to have come up for us. I'm very lucky that it came up. I should be appreciating it. I'm just sad because also I recognize that my build is garbage. I don't want it to be garbage, but it is. I don't think I have the push to get through any of these except for the coconut crab right now. If I do find another tiny furry monster though, I do have toys, so I do have the ability to get through that. That'd be great. Get my level 3 level up. But I just can't give up on experience today, and I don't think I beat either of the other ones. Oh boy. Like, yeah. I think I made the right choice to come to this fight. Maybe if the Steam Ladle was upgraded, this would be faster, because then when you freeze, this gains 2 burn for the fight, becomes 4.
Not all Jabalians are pacifists.
So it only needs to freeze 2 times until it's doing stuff. Keenest Stealth, non-weapon items. I kind of both have to go there and can't go there at the same time. Like, I really need a property, but I also don't have anything I can sell to get a property, except for the piggy bank, which I've been investing in. If the piggy bank fails, and I just have to sell it for the value that I put into it in the first place, sure, I will be sad about that. But worst case scenario, it's still just giving me back the money I put into it, so like, except for the $2 I used to spend to buy it in the first place. But if Kina can give me a property, like our entire fortunes change. Kiwas, Booby Trap, Steam Ladle, maybe eventually property. We have a board.
Come with no weapons.
Oh my god.
Leave with big bargains.
And that's the property we would have wanted as well. Snow Globe every 7 seconds, freeze an item 1 second. This has +1 multicast for each adjacent property. I'm going to sell my truffle, increasing the value of the piggy bank. I'm going to sell the piggy bank, getting 6 coins. I'll sell 2 of the coins to pick up the Snow Globe.
Guided me to what you needed.
Snow Globe has +1 for adjacent properties, of which I have 0. I mean, look, it's a freezing item, and it's a freezing item that triggers another freezing item. So right now it's good for the ladle at least. And then Pitchfork will give me 2 truffles, which I can use to increase the value of the Kiwas again. So, like, it's good, but again, it's an investment play. Cargo Shorts has the types of items in your stash, so I'd have to have a property in my stash for the Snow Globe to have adjacency, but the Snow Globe is my only property. If I had Snow Globe in my inventory, and then I sold 4 spare change and I bought the Cargo Shorts, would the Cargo Shorts be considered a property? For the sake of the luxury Kiwas? I think I have to check this out, because the Snow Globe is currently there. Because this would just be buying and selling a property. This is a property right now while it's on board. It's got the types in the stash. Property is one of them. Kiwas sees it being sold and gets 2 value. Great. There is also the Uwashi Wily Bird, has +1 multicast for each property I have, but I realistically don't actually have that many properties. So the direction for this would be Snow Globe's a toy as well as a property. Booby Trap is also a toy. So putting between them the model ship, which says adjacent toys have +1 multicast, would give us the ability to freeze a lot. And then I only have to have one additional property on the other side, and then, like, I could even put Kiwas on the field as well, but realistically, it'll probably be Steam Ladle. We're finding our way. Give me Mandala. No Mandala, but we do get our level up. Thank you. We do have a toy, so we can play with a tiny furry creature. We get our level here. Kiwas goes on board. I still expect to lose this next fight. 5 bronze gold tier. Yeah, no, we just go for the bronze tier loot item. It's extract. 30 QWERTY. Yeah, I have nothing I should change on this board. Again, Kiwas is a tool, not a property. So our only property is the Snow Globe right now.
Are you sure?
I still definitely die to just being shot in the face right now, but I have a trajectory to stop dying pretty soon. Oh boy. I'm not terrified of their board, just courtesy of being pig and being level 3. They're only level 2, unfortunately, so they're missing HP compared. My bones are starting to scale up. Steam Ladle's all the way up to 10 already. They're shielding for a significant amount. Shield halves burn damage. Yeah, I think they get this. Wow. Oh, it was surprisingly close there at the end. One more second and they would have taken 2 ticks of burn damage and died, but we were in the sandstorm, so we weren't going to get a full second later. Mandala, that's our opportunity to transform the hatchet. We've also got these 2 truffles for the Kiwas. Interesting. Turbo Slingshot. This has +1 max ammo for each toy that you have. Booby Trap a toy? Snow Globe a toy. Haste an item for 2 seconds. I mean, yeah, why not? Realistically, Steam Ladle should be the one that has the crit chance. That might have cost us the fight, possibly. Legitimately, like, if it crit at the right time in the middle of the fight there, we would have won. That's okay, though. It happens. I don't need to sell the truffles yet. Let's wait until we're about to be in a fight. Economic Seminar. The reason we should wait until we're in a fight is something might care about me selling stuff. Briefcase. When you sell this, get 2 spare change, as well as the rewards card. Rewards card, a very good way to scam additional money out of a piggy bank. So hopefully we see another one of those. Midsworth, Volpok, and Barkun all care about you selling briefcases near them. Or what's inside the briefcase, rather. Or both of them in the case of Volpok. So we'll hold on to that and give it additional value with the rewards card. I will take this opportunity to get additional value on the Kiwas. Eccentric Etherite, I think you're my quarry here. Admittedly, I don't think I'm especially powerful. But I don't think you generate enough burn to actually suppress me.
I've got a lot of work to do, but this'll be fun!
Or, sorry, I don't think you generate enough shield to suppress my burn. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, like our pre-scaled burn is enough to take away the 60 shield that you generate with the goggles and force field. And that's, yeah, even before the Steam Ladle starts to scale, and now we're really chipping away at you. Great.
Seeing spots here.
I mean, obviously the best loot from this is rigged, but we'll be happy to see scrap, maybe? Goggles. When this gains haste, your items gain more 4% crit chance with the phone. Not especially interested in that. It's nice in terms of having 2 types. That's nice about it. I'm gonna head to the mountain pass. I could theoretically be given an enemy from day 4 here, which would actually suck, but I could also get the easiest enemy from day 4, and it would make it very easy, in fact, and instead I just get a bunch of additional experience, so it's worth doing it. That is a lot of damage they just did there. Did they crit on both of them?
You have the
Oh, boy.
potential to be a dervish.
I almost died. They were so close on 3 different weapons to killing me. Maybe I was a little too cocky going into that fight. Keen Eye, 8% crit chance for all of our items. Upgraded bronze tier item.
What you're fighting for.
Feel free to guess which one it's going to be. Do you think it's going to be the one that's the most impactful item? That does all of my damage, that doubles its scaling? Think that might be the case? I could go for 150 more HP. Admittedly, I do kind of want to go to a shop, but I don't want to go to Isla. Because, like, the things that I want are properties right now. I don't really want to spend a huge amount of money on non-property. I've got 5 spaces. I've got some money saved up for tomorrow. I've got some income coming in as well. Pitchfork. Pitchfork's not really income for us because we just sell it into the Kiwas. That said, having 150 additional HP at this point in time, like, that would have won me the previous fight. The fight right before this that was in question, it would have guaranteed that fight. The fight before it would have won that fight. Oh. A legendary map to be respected, but you've dropped each fight so far, so I think, yeah, you've been investing. Bunch of lifesteal weapons on board. Okay, you're doing crit synergies. You've got a very fast fang. You've got shard of obsidian, bottled lightning, a letter opener. All of these to speed up the magic carpet. It's lowering its cooldown by 1 second every time it crits. It's got lifesteal because it's next to a mortar and pestle, so it'll heal you back up while all that's happening, and the runic double bow does double damage on crit. Yeah, I can't do anything to you. Yeah. It's just too much lifesteal and too much damage for me to do anything about. That silver mortar and pestle and 3 lifesteal weapons. It's good. Oh, it's good. I failed to field 2 items. I have great news, by the way. Even if I put the best item I could have, which I guess would have been Pitchfork on the field, it wouldn't have done anything. So thankfully, yes, I made a mistake, but also it literally could not have made a difference. That doesn't mean I didn't make a mistake. I fully understand I made a mistake, but at least it wouldn't have made a difference, so I don't have to feel so bad about it. Anti-cell small items. I do care about some small items. Like, Steam Ladle comes to mind, Turbo Slingshot comes to mind, obviously the Matchbox comes to mind as well. Rewards card. But I think I need to save more money because properties are large items. And I am heavily incentivized by Snow Globe and Luxury Kiwas and Booby Trap to buy properties right now. Let's also give this a possibility of being a property by asking for a shield item. Textiles. Alas. I don't hate Turbo Slingshot, but if I want to use it, I do want it upgraded. But the thing is, like, what could it transform into that I would use? Steam Ladle. Matchbox. Yo-Yo. Item generators like the piggy bank. Like, I don't want to just keep going there to transform it. Also, Isla, if I upgrade it, it gets double damage. It's actually a huge hit for an upgrade. It's just going to Isla and not getting anything else is really sad.
Few
I gotta
warriors
look.
live to retire. Buy my weapons, and you might.
A throttle. Items cooldowns reduced by 1% for every 2 damage it has. There's the cash cannon. When you gain gold, this gains damage equal to the amount of gold gained. I do like the idea of collecting this and investing in it, but I don't think it's time for us to make an additional investment right now. And double whammy. No, thank you. We pay our 2 gold fee in order to have a look at the rest. Briefcase. Do I have any benefit for just selling items and then buying back that briefcase? Not really.
Enjoy the thrill of battle. Well, you can.
To buy the hatchet. And then also the briefcase. This is just additional value in case I go to Valpark or Bakun.
Action.
Yep, that's the most powerful board that I can field right now. A Hexa actually has a chance of killing me just by killing the steam ladle. Boiler and Brawler, when you haste, gaining some shield. I kind of want to fight a Hexa. But if I do, I want to add more small items to possibly distract from hitting the steam ladle immediately. Because the steam ladle doesn't need to freeze that, it doesn't need to hit with burn that many times until I'll win the fight.
Being alive is inefficient. I can fix that.
It's also possible their first virus destroys the second virus, so they only have 1 shot come out on the fields. Okay, 10 burn. Ah, they didn't hit it with either of those. We're fine. Because there's also a property here, which hastes items when you burn. Haste being a thing that Pig doesn't have much access to, and burn being a thing that I do, and properties being a thing I care about, so... Dang, that's Nitro instead. Burn both players for 4 and then charge an item 1 second. I can happily get rid of a spare change for that, though.
If the Elder could see me now.
Ooh, Coolant Leak. The first 5 times you use your rightmost item each fight, charge a freeze item 1 second. Totally gonna matter in this run. I'll take it. I'm not taking first responder or follow-up gear, the 2 other options. Middle sells medium items. I indeed have those. I'd really like one of the shopkeepers who buys items,
If I
though.
don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does.
Good lord, we're doing the same shuffle again, it looks like. I'll be selling my briefcase. Then 2 of those, and then
Just toss
briefing
that
a buy
on my
case.
back, and I'll trot it to your door.
Crook. And it's before level 7. But I'm already doing this. But this isn't working. Ugh. Do I go down with this ship? Do I put my hands up and do I surrender? Crook. Tool, weapon, 6 seconds. Your medium weapons have additional 8 damage for each medium item you have. I've already seen it. I'd get this and then I'd have to find enough money to buy other medium weapons that still make it worthwhile having. I can't do that. Masterpiece, that's an investment play. But I really need to just buy and sell some properties. Yikes. No properties there. Buddy, the medium properties are exactly the items I need for this build. I'm just going to have to keep coming to middle and accepting this punishment until I get here. Middle, I've come to bargain. Kina sells non-weapon items. Similar. I'll go there. Briefcase across.
Make deals.
Oh my god.
War.
I'm an idiot. Obviously, the kiosk should be taking the value every single time I come to a shop.
Good.
Obviously. I realized it, though, so feel free to go and delete your comment. And then why don't you go ahead and delete the channel, too? No. I don't mean that. even sarcastically. Silk Scarf, when he's on a non-weapon item, this gains 8 shield. Ooh, no thank you. Yeah, here we are. Here's the properties. They finally came. Get rid of textiles. Drop you on the field. Get rid of the go glass. I don't want to get rid of the rewards card. Igloo. When you freeze, shield 50. The first time you fall below half athlete fight, use this. Also, 7 seconds to freeze an item 1 second. When this is upgraded, it'll freeze a second item for 1 second. Super useful. Landscraper. Your shield items have additional shielding with this item's value, and when you sell 10 items, give this plus 5 value. Would be good if I could just keep it in my inventory for a long time. Unfortunately, that's a little bit difficult for us to do at the moment. Finally, the cargo shorts. This has the types of the items you have in your stash, giving us the ability to buy and sell a property here, as long as we leave a property in our stash while we do so. The main ruffle here is I have to figure out what my final board is going to be, and it's going to be this. Hang on, that goes off. That goes off. That goes off. This, and Igloo, right? Igloo over here, that's going to be the final board state. So that means that I can sell Nitro, because I'm pretty certain that's not coming back on board. I can put Snow Globe in the inventory. I can buy cargo shorts. I can then sell cargo shorts for an additional 2 value on Kiwas. And then I can buy Igloo.
Your aura guided me to what you needed.
Right. Looks a lot more respectable right now. Booby Trap is charging whenever I use a property. The Snow Globe now has a multicast because it's adjacent to a property. Obviously, the Igloo, a new property. Saf, you've not dropped a game yet.
My dreams.
Vanessas that haven't dropped a game yet are terrifying, but thankfully I did just get my shield on mine. The Igloo is so much better now that it has a passive that carries when you shield, cause an effect, and that effect is freeze. Sorry, when you... The other way around. When you freeze, cause an effect, and that effect is shield. It's exactly what I needed right now. It still might not be enough for this fight, to be honest.
Bravery without
Yeah.
strength is a sword without a blade.
That's okay. Um, 100 health without paying for it certainly appeals here. Ooh, economic seminar. That's a lot of properties and money. I'll go there. I mean, those are the properties. So let's move the kiosk over, sell our truffles. Then I'm going to get the ATM. We've got to think about what Kiwas is, because Kiwas takes 8 seconds to go off. So what is this, ultimately, right? Is this an investment tool? It gives you the ability to buy and sell properties without losing additional value, because this caches the value for you, and then you can sell this. Is this a damage tool? Do you get the number high enough that this hits them once and then they burn to death? Is this a combo tool? Do you put it on board with a bunch of... I mean, it's all of these, by the way, but like under which circumstances it best operate for us. You put this on the board with a bunch of other items that increase the value of this property, and then because of that, it has like, 2,000 burn or something like that. The reason I ask is because having another fast property on the field and Snow Globe getting another multicast is a lot better for our actual burn damage deliverer, which is Steam Ladle. Also, gets a little more impactful when I get something like reinforced steel when you use a property, and this is not a property. Kiosk being a tool is certainly holding it back here. I am almost wondering if I should sell it. Yeah. Yeah, this is about a value build rather than a burn build, and I'm doing a freeze burn build. And I'm like, oh, what about this value, though? Ooh. That's my impression of me. Matchbox, when using non-weapon item, charges 1 second. As much as I do like that, I don't necessarily think it has a place on this board at the moment. ATM gets replaced with Model Ship, giving the additional multicast not only to Snow Globe still, but also to Booby Trap. Makes sense. We continue that way. I'll take Money Tree. One of the reasons this was so important was because I needed to free up space in my inventory, because I'm about to level up after this next fight, and Money Tree is going to drop an item for me. The spare change. Scoville.
Feel the burn.
It's unfortunate that Scoville actually doesn't have a good burn skill. It's fiery, your burn items have +1 burn. Like, ugh. It's so small. Ooh, that second hit of pickled pepper came in. Thankfully, I am shielding. And we got the igloo trigger halfway through that fight as well, which was useful. Upgrading igloo so it freezes a second item, and when it goes below half health, it uses it, so it also does it then, would be super useful for us. Just 2 additional freeze triggers over the course of a usual fight. Oh, neat! Cinders! When you sell this leftmost burn item, gets +1 burn. I am going to have to sell something ahead of that. To see the way these things are generating. Cinders. Then I got my spare change. I'll sell the cinders for the value on the steam ladle. I don't imagine Matchbox is going back on this field. Although it does become faster, steam ladle has such good scaling, and this is only silver tier. It gets better. 5 silver tier spare change. That'd be really good for upgrading the money tree, but I don't care about doing so. 2 golden silver tier loot item, silver tier item. I'm going silver tier loot. Nice, cinders again. Great. So here's the thing. I kind of want to upgrade Turbo Slingshot before I drop it back in Mandala, because I want it to be able to hit, like, higher tier items. I guess going to JJ is also pretty good, so I'm not sad to be doing that.
The Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
Oh, wow. Phonograph. The item to the left of this has its cooldown reduced by 25%. There's also Landscraper. Shield items have plus shield if this item's value. When you sell 10 items, gives us +5 value. We did already get rid of Kiwas, so I should remind myself that that's actually not important. Also, like, the hit of getting ATM and Money Tree immediately after getting rid of Kiwas is not lost on me. Bootstraps. Every 50 gold you spend, upgrade an item of a lower tier. Which, like, sure, that does have value to us right now. I have an idea. I'm not sure if I like it, though. That and that. I think I'd have to get rid of the Turbo Slingshot to fulfill it. So, what it would be... Oh, God. I'm internally rebelling against this idea as I am figuring it out. What it would be is recognizing that currently I'm just before my level 7 level up, which gives us the ability to turn a silver item into a gold item. If I purely play an economic game in my backpack, that is to say, if I buy bootstraps and I spend exactly 49 gold, or, you know, however close to 50 gold as I can get, before the level 7, I hit this to turn gold tier, and then I spend the rest of the money to try and upgrade items on board. If I, after that point, play an exclusively economic game, This thing can upgrade like 4 items for me over the course of the next couple days, if I do it right. Landscraper could be part of that. When you sell 10 items, give this +5 value. That said, it's 3 size, so I really don't want it to have to be. I am currently planning a 3rd investment play on top of my investment plays. This feels like a bad idea.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye. So, how about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving. That's good.
Open sign. Weapon properties rather adjacent to this have plus damage equal to 50% of the value, highest value item, and then same for the shields. Like the highest value would be 6 on the igloo. Boy. We could make some economic play out of buying and selling weapons while at Pig's Gym. I don't like the play I just committed myself to. I think it's bad and short-sighted, and I shouldn't have done it.
Enjoy your purchase.
But here's where we are. Bootstraps, cool. 42 they see, so I can't spend 8 more gold until the other side of that. Give me a non-weapon item. Let's train spider. Need to make space for the truffles. Yeah, I'm giving up on the Togo slingshot dream. Oh, thank you. This may be glorious reprieve. A Mac that has not yet won a match. Alternatively, they just found Boiling Flask and they're online. Oh no, it was Secret Formula they just found. Got a decent amount of regen gain. Probably enough to hold me at bay considering I've got 1 burn item. That seems like my mistake. This is my first time trying to do this freeze big archetype, to be fair. Lot of burn on those fireflies. They're not triggering especially quickly. Never mind, we made it. Okay, maybe we do have time for these investments to pay off. I will... Oh, no. I can't spend more than 8 gold before the next. Middle is exactly who I want to see, though. Ugh. Alright, I'm gonna have to go work at the docks, I think. Give me a shield item. Ugh. So 1 truffle to the other truffle. And pick up our bandages. Perfect. Silver or lower tier item gets an upgrade. That will be on our bootstraps. By which we will lift ourselves over the course of the next couple of days by playing exclusively economically. Some of that might be by going to Andy's small shop and possibly picking up the piggy bank, ideally. Or just buying and selling weapons for the sake of Pig's Gym. I'll do a little bit of that, but I'm not going to keep Pig's Gym for long because it is a lot of space that I could use for economic plays.
You can't afford it.
And bandages, signet ring, permanently gain 10 max HP at the start of each hour and you get 1 income. 1 income for 1 space in board. The 10 max HP at the start of the hour is really good, but the 1 income is less so. And I mean, I am going to be getting rid of bandages. If Bootstraps upgrades a bronze tier item, I want it to be Pitchfork or ATM. I'll roll first, just in case I get piggy bank. I didn't, but I did get the credit card. That's good. Yo-yo as well. Don't think I'll be using that, though. Bootstraps will upgrade after the next 8 gold is spent. I'm going to buy the rewards card first so that it can't target the rewards card. Then I'm going to buy the gavel so that it can't target the yo-yo because I don't want the yo-yo to get upgraded here.
Now that's quality.
Nice. Booby Trap is freezing for an additional second each time it goes off, and it goes off a lot. And then I'll buy and sell yo-yo.
Money can't buy class at neither.
Because I'm only 1 value down after buying and selling yo-yo. Actually, I'll just keep it next to the rewards card right now. Only 1 value down as long as I sell Pig's Gym. Obviously not Lich. Foreman. I do believe I burn fast enough to take the Foreman down. I don't think Steam Ladle's super useful as a flashy mechanic thing. It is a tool, a small tool, but when I use the tool, adjacent items gain 6% crit chance. The only item on my board that even can crit is the ATM. Because the Igloo, while it can carry a crit chance, that's a bug. It can't crit on a passive trigger of shielding, which is the only part of Igloo that could otherwise crit. You can't crit on freeze application. Thank heck. I'm doing a lot more burn than I think I am. Oh, scrap for the Igloo is actually great. Do I get anything on Fight Win right now? No. I had something before. Oh, that was the money tree paying off. Of course, of course, of course. Bootstraps. I mean, look, I'll look at Kina.
Reward
I can
the
find an upgrade
peaceful,
for a couple of these items.
punish the warful.
VIP pass. Every 7 seconds, haste adjacent properties 1 second. But also, when you use an adjacent property, increase its value and this item's value by 1. If I found that early enough to run with Kiwas, I absolutely would have. It would have been great. Oh, what fun we would have had. Time to sell that yo-yo. Pick Jim as short list here too. Save, sell some 3 spare changes. Realistically, that's just... Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the Pig's Gym. I'm going to buy the save for 8, and I'm going to sell it for 6. I won't sell it just yet. I don't have to sell it just yet. I'll buy the business card, re-roll.
But I'm glad you bought this.
I don't really get huge benefit from buying any of those, though. Where are my economic investment plays? The things I'm trying to do for the upgrades. Midsworth, small and large items. You buy mediums. Thankfully, I haven't sold safe yet. Safe play right there.
I pay well for mid-sized things. Reasonable sized things.
All right. All right. We have a lean. Fort. All item cooldowns are increased by 1 second. Your items with a cooldown of 8 seconds or greater have 1 multicast additional. Igloo, 7 seconds. Snow Globe, 7 seconds. Booby Trap, 7 seconds. The only problem is Steam Ladle, 4. So my damage would go off board.
Medium is the size of dignity.
But in exchange for having no damage on board, I would shred every enemy with freeze.
You see that, Barker? That's how it's done.
I mean, it's definitely something I have to do. The only thing is now I have to figure out what happens vis-a-vis Steam Ladle. Like, ATM's not going back on board. That's a foregone conclusion right there, I'll tell you that much. Steam Ladle does need to be on board. So who loses out to it? Because the booby trap is getting charged by other items being used, which is, like, the speed in this build, fundamentally. I'll tell you, ATM's never going back on board. That's a sell.
This is a tasteful item.
Bootstraps is currently threatening to upgrade something. I can't. I don't want to buy succulents or bonsai because I don't want those to be upgraded. So I kind of want to reroll. How do I want to do this? Here's the thing. The best targets are... The best targets are currently Igloo and Snow Globe and Steam Ladle. I think before the day rotates here, I'm gonna sell Pitchfork and Business Card. I know I literally just bought it, by the way. But now if I reroll, I might hit Steam Ladle, Snow Globe, or Igloo, all pretty important upgrades. It was the Steam Ladle. Admittedly, it being the Steam Ladle really does actually help me out. Because I know that does need to go on board. I mean, VIP pass.
I've got 4 legs because I carry this company.
Oh, hastes adjacent properties specifically. I mean, I lose a multicast from the Snow Globe in order to have that between Igloo and Snow Globe, but, like, it also gives 2 seconds of charge to the Snow Globe. So what? Like, every 2 seconds, the Snow Globe is... Effectively, every 2 seconds, the Snow Globe is doing damage. Versus... Or is freezing. Versus... Getting 2 seconds charge from the 8. So this is every 6 seconds, it's doing 3, which is the same. The same rate. However, this is also increasing its value. Okay, VIP pass goes between them. Yeah. I'd love to be making another economic play right now. I mean, realistically, the economic play right here is that VIP pass will be able to be sold for good money at some point.
I should warn you, I'm not like other Jabarians. My people believe in peace. Boring!
Ooh, they have overheal haste, and when you overheal, gain 5 regen for the fight. That's going to be a really good version of the Apropos Chapeau build with a Hogwash on field. They've even got a Monocle and a Shielded Matchbox. Shielded Matchbox and Bushel! Oh my god, I'm so envious of their run. Thankfully, I have Freeze. Like, one of the only things I think that would be able to actually match what they're doing is Freeze and Burn scaling, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. Let's see how well it does. Also, not for nothing, but having the fort lowering all of their, or increasing all of their cooldowns by a second is huge here.
Well, I'll admit,
Got him.
that was impressive.
Get him, VIP pass. Oh my god, the value of these items. A Kiwas next to the VIP pass would have been insane. Wholesales, large items, Cage of Riches. I think I have to go to the Cage of Riches. As much as I want to go to large items, I really don't have money right now.
If you're not growing, you're failing.
The problem is Rukon teaches weapon skills, and the only weapon skill I want from him right now is Reinforced Steel. When you use a property, give all properties additional shield, and sorry, give all weapons additional damage, all shield items additional shield. I have a better chance of finding something relevant in All-In at this point.
I will not train you to kill. I will train you to live.
Excuse me? Oh. Well, that's interesting. Lethargy. All item cooldowns are increased by 2 seconds. This will affect the enemy significantly worsely than it will affect me. So I'm increasing all of their item cooldowns by 3 seconds with the Fort and the Lethargy. My Steam Ladle is getting to 7 seconds. By the way, if I upgrade the Fort, Steam Ladle gets to 8 seconds, and then it will have multicast. There is also just the first time you burn each fight freeze, which is also really good for us right now. I like the idea of super lethargy. You want to know why? Bugs.
You will be ready for Adira's training.
I think it's a good way to deal with bugs. Hospital gives us sauna. Every 7 seconds, as a medium property, burn 4. When you burn, heal 10 and gain 1 regen for the fight. Not bad. What if I field it here? I burn an okay amount. I would be freezing a lot less, which would cause the steam ladle to have a lot less ladle to have a lot less damage. I don't think I can do that. I really wanted to put the VIP pass in a position where it would be able to buff an item that I then get to sell for the economic play. But realistically, I think like the economic play here is that I can sell VIP pass pretty soon. It'll sell for like 40. What's the final item for that board, though? Guess it really matters what I get with enchants, because Steam Ladle is really like all of my damage right now, whereas the enchants could actually solve that. Yeah. All right. Obviously Radiant Corsair, though.
I'll make ye my pet. Come perch on my shoulder.
Spyglass. At the start of each fight, an enemy item has its cooldown increased by 3 seconds. How about all enemy items have their cooldowns increased by 3 seconds? How about that? Keen on something like that, buddy? Oh god, our fights are actually too slow now? I mean, when this gets multicast after the Fort upgrade, I do think I'll be vindicated for my lethargy pickup. Okay, no, we will fine.
I'll fly right off it.
Fights certainly are slow, though. 5-second katana. You gotta feel bad about that. That's not exactly what I wanted from you, but I did also basically mostly want all the experience you just gave me, so... I'll take that. Num 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 num. Thank you. I'll move that across so that I can go to middle.
Sale, no sale. I want what's right for you.
Ganjo, flail, and golf clubs. All utterly irrelevant here. Cold room. No, it's Aurora Dome. 5 seconds. 5 seconds? When you freeze, your shield items gain plus 10 shield for the fight. I have a problem right now in that I don't poison the enemy. Oh, sorry, I don't heal, which means if the enemy poisons, I can't do anything about it. But if I had Aurora Dome, Igloo, Snow Globe, and Fort, if I just had those on the field, the Aurora Dome even gets multicast. If I just had all of those on the field, I would freeze them a lot, and I would shield an insane amount because the Igloo would scale its shielding because the Aurora Dome's on the field. So, like, I would be freezing, I would build a huge shields wall, everything great, but, like, if they poison me under that, I'm dead. Can I afford to make a 16 gold investment in a play that might kill me? Although, something I haven't checked, Aurora Dome, what are your enchantments? Interesting. Okay, so it has the standard heavy icy turbo shielded. Restorative. Heal equal to this item's shield. Also, when any item gains freeze, your other heal items gain plus 10 heal for the fight. It has that same text for toxic and fiery. The same text minus burn equal to 10% the item shield, poison equal to 10% the item shield. I mean, those would be solutions. Sauna, how's yours? Sauna's tricky condition is literally just when it's played. I think I want to hold on to Aurora Dome just in case.
Oh, delivery's free. I like the exercise.
I'm not even entirely certain yet when it's going to be useful. Also, 100 max health on level up. I kind of want to buy that. Do I get rid of VIP pass right now? This is a real investment for money. But also, I'm literally doing that right now. Also, like, bootstraps would only be able to upgrade really important things here. Okay, yeah, no, the correct play is sell VIP pass, buy the cash cannon, sell the cash cannon, buy the Lion's Cane, upgrading Igloo, sick hit, freezes a second item, 10% max health, silver tier loot item, silver tier item. Silver tier loot items have lost value because I don't care about cooldown reduction as much. I mean, admittedly, I actually should because it would make all of these items a lot faster. And they only have to be above 8 seconds cooldown. So actually, hang on, I do care about cooldown reduction. Actually, maybe more than I otherwise would have. Let's head to a small item vendor in Andy. I would very much like to fill out this board in some way. Maybe even another VIP pass to invest in.
Good taste.
I don't think I just arbitrarily spend money buying and selling right now because I can still do that in the future for better things. Hot Stones, 6 seconds, burn 5, gain 4 regen for the fight.
I think that suits you beautifully.
Look, I don't love it, but if I'm going to have an empty slot on board, I'd rather not, so I'll put that on board instead. My build absolutely makes no sense if I don't have Fort on the field. That's the lethargy of it all. This is affecting everyone, but with Fort and it, I can make sure that it affects you much more than me. No move or upgrade is relevant right now. Realistically, it's just the enchant. It's what do we get for our enchant? When do we get our enchant? What is our enchant? Tell me right now. Please. It's realistically just that. Hey, Dooley. Your board wouldn't happen to be full of bugs, would it? Oh, wow, it's not. Power Drill? It's old Dooley. It's Power Drill Dooley. I mean, it doesn't look like a bad build, but thankfully slowing all of that down and then freezing it should really interrupt it a lot. Oh, no, it generates enough triggers. It generates enough triggers some of the time, not much of the time. Can you imagine this with Aurora Dome scaling the additional shielding from Igloo? That said, that would also be imagining it without Steam Ladle, in which case I'm not freezing the enemy, so... Kina, show me your non-weapon items.
Discounts for peace.
Pawn shop. That's the biggest economic play there is. I mean, realistically, there's no good argument for not getting it and then just buying and selling other items around it. Oh, Private Hot Springs. This should actually change things, I think. First time you fall below half health each fight, freeze all other items. 6 seconds. Also, when you freeze, charge this 4 seconds. Man, this is different now. So this is now our damage. This deals our damage via the burn. So we can get rid of the Steam Ladle, we can get rid of the Hot Rocks. This will have multicast when it's on the field, courtesy of the Fort and the Lethargy. What else goes on that field, though? I'll tell you, I don't think there's space for Aurora Dome on that field. So if Fort has to be on that field, right? I think Igloo's the only one that can trade the Private Hot Springs. I've got to say, they do carry similar text. Like, first time you fall below half health each fight, use this. First time you fall below half health each fight, freeze all items, which will cause this to be used a bunch of times. This gives us shield when we freeze, which admittedly is really, really big. This would give us regen. If I took Steam Ladle off the board, I could take Igloo off the board, pop Booby Trap on, and then take Igloo off and pop the Private Hot Springs there. I'll tell you, I don't think Aurora Dome goes back on board anymore either. Okay, Bootstraps will level up as I sell this. So I've got to sell the pawn shop because I don't want it to be upgraded here. I'll buy the Private Hot Springs, forcing Snow Globe to get upgraded for an additional 0.5 seconds of Slow Globe.
Friend, but I'm glad you bought this.
I do think the Bootstraps are paid off, by the by. I do think we've actually lifted ourselves up by them. The big sadness here is that Igloo is Igloo is a lot of freeze targets. And Private Spring is going to miss out on those, but also, like, the only item that can be cut forward is Fort, which is multicast on Private Springs, as well as on Booby Trap, which is triggered by property usage, and multicasts for freeze. Like, Private Hot Springs triggers Booby Trap, which triggers Private Hot Springs in return. Like, it's not especially quick in its resolution, admittedly, but because of Lethargy and Fort, neither will my enemy be. It will, however, be especially impactful, which my enemies might not. The fastest activating of our items on the board is Hot Springs. So that should be the item that triggers Coolant Leak. Coolant Leak then triggering again, Booby Trap or Snow Globe. Dottore Vortex, you ready? I'd love Neophilia. Oh, Weather Machine's slowed to 8 seconds right now. I am keeping my enemies frozen a lot. I'm slowing down their items a lot, but also I'm doing significantly less damage, and I'm not shielding while I'm doing it. lightning rod. Every 10 seconds, deal 10 damage. Also shield 10. When any player uses an item, this gains 10 damage and 10 shield for the fight. The scaling on that is just not there. You would truly need things to go, like, really, really, really insanely for that scaling to be relevant. By the time in the game it becomes available. Of course, we don't know how it'll be in Stell. Could turn up at Bronze. Could be really relevant then. Maybe. I could try and hit a 6% cooldown reduction for the entire board over at Cosmic Rock. No. I'm going to the shoal. I want the additional gold, I want the additional experience, but most of all, this is such a long shot, but like, if you gave me Thick Hide, it would be a very, very quick way to charge my other items, because a slow enchant on Snow Globe would say, multicast 4, slow 2 items 1 second. So it would charge other items 8 seconds. It's an extreme high roll to be asking for.
Believe you'll win, and you'll win.
And we get it.
Not against me. It's all about motivation.
Oh.
You gotta know what you're fighting for.
Sirocco steps. We get haste instead. How dare it? Alright, let's check which of these carries it best. Booby trap. Boo. You are abs. Oh, I typed it Bobby. Damn, Nikki. Booby trap. Hastes 2 items, 2 seconds. Booby trap is certainly one of our most commons because it's activated by other properties. Obviously, Snow Globe should be checked. Snow Globe hastes 2 items 1 second. It does cast more times than the Booby Trap, but also it's significantly less charged than the Booby Trap. Like, Booby Trap is charged by the Snow Globe usages and Fort usages, and literally every other item being used charges Booby Trap. Booby Trap is our fastest item. Except for the hot springs, which could be relevant. Private hot springs hastes 1 item for 4 seconds when it goes off. 2 items, 2 seconds, I think is much more impactful. All right. Oh, hell yeah, Bazarcon. Do I still have my... I do not. Dang. Sad that I do not still have my business card, so I can't get insane value out of that. I just get fine value out of that. Well, it sells weapons. I don't really have anything to upgrade with the bootstraps at the moment, so I think I'm just gonna get up a utility for a lifting club. So boy. Alright, salty lad. Now, I recognize where this build wants to go. It wants to put Cold Room on the board, because Cold Room freezes multiple items and lowers its cooldown every time an enemy uses an item. Oh, dear. How's this one going to go for us? Turbo Washiwali, Vineyard, Hogwash, and Double Whammy. Realistically, the problem here is you don't have much max HP. You gain max HP by healing from the Hogwash giving them to you, but also... Yeah, I'm just going to freeze all your stuff. Yeah, we are getting perma-haste very, very easily. Oh, this is so good. Oh, we're going to brutally shut down a lot of opponents here. We have one more day where losing won't get us to death's door.
If the Elder could see me now.
So here's the problem. Reginald and Rukon, irrelevant. Mr. Tascari is the only one that can give me stuff, but, like, notoriously, this guy has awful items. Skills. Even worse items. He doesn't even sell you any items.
If not for your letters, I never would have come here. I thank you.
Left and right most have additional damage equal to their value. Cool. When you use a weapon, your healing items, cool. +2 income for each property you have. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's +8 income today. I think it's less valuable than just getting something relevant. And that's not going to happen. Chocoholic, when you sell a medium or a large item, get a chocolate bar. There's also heal power, just healing items, additional heal. Invigorating blade, the first 5 times you use a weapon each fight. Charge a heal item 1 second.
This is what I wish
I
could
suppose
teach
we are
you,
chocoholics
Maria.
now.
Life skills.
Study for experience. Can't take that when the monster ranch is on the field, though. Perfect. Insect wing is 9% cooldown reduction. Even if it was 20%, the turbo would still be within the boundaries of forts triggering. It would still have multicast because it'll still be above 8 seconds. So now it's down to 9.1. Head off to the Bazaar con. Network a little. I don't really have a huge amount of value to gain out of any of these. I don't have a vehicle on the field. I'm not using weapons. I am not using small items in addition to my large items, so I'm just going to go for the highest value. Also, this fight should be surprisingly easy because all of the enemy items are so slow. I gotta check Hot Springs. How much burn do you have on your level up? 12. Upgrades to 12 burn, 12 regen. Okay, 50% more, it's worth. It's a shame the enchants for it are so bad. Nice Vestal.
The joy of more.
100% gonna get sold. I kind of want to just go percentage max HP constantly, but gold tier loot for the possibility of cooldown reduction, which, like, I can just keep getting my stuff closer and closer to 6 seconds. 6 seconds, sorry. 8. Dang, medkit. Irrelevant. Paul, you sell large items. I have great news about those. Those are good.
You are amusing. Why so fight?
Jabalian Drum, Double Whammy, and Money Tree certainly aren't the ones we're looking for. That's okay, though. You've got them here. Boom. Skyscraper. I'm not actually taking this. 7 seconds to deal damage equal to 3 times the value of your items. That's double value in combat. If you have 5 or fewer items in combat, this has +1 multicast. Has another +1 multicast because of the fort, but it's significantly less valuable than just freezing all of my enemy stuff, as I am currently doing. I was really hoping for an upgrade to either the fort or private hot springs here. When fort is upgraded, it'll be an additional second of slow to all items, including mine. Do I want to do that? Do I want an additional second of slow to... Because mine still are dealing with that much better than the enemies will.
It will be there long
Like, the difference
after
between
dawn.
10 and 11 seconds is almost nothing compared to the difference between 2 and 3. 10% more versus 50% more. Like, specifically, think of it through this lens. An item that activates every 2 seconds activates 15 times, rather, before the sandstorm. If you slow that by a second, it now activates 10 times. So it activates 2/3 as much. Whereas an item that activates, 9 seconds into the fight would activate 3 times. Increase that by a second, it still activates 3 times. Like, it barely changes that. Also helps slow down my enemies from having just insanely powerful openings.
Everyone here is huge. It's terrifying.
Ice Luge! 5 seconds. Freeze adjacent items for 1 second. Reduce the cooldowns of adjacent items by 1 second for the fight. So, this, interestingly, would have multicast. Plus 3 seconds from Lethargy and Fort combined, so it'd have 8-second cooldown. It'd go off, it'd have multicast. It would give both of the adjacent items 2 seconds less on their cooldown. Which, like, that could lower the cooldown for Snow Globe and Fort. Is that worth it? What else would be changing on that board? I can't think of anything else that wants to change on that board at the same time. Like, maybe this would be a replacement if, like, Igloo was still on board and we could take Turbo Booby Trap off board and then put Ice Luge on board next to the ladle, maybe. I just don't see it here. Thank you for the business card. There are enough fights left that I should be using that boomerang. It's not reasonable for me to look at that boomerang and go, I don't actually need that, because I actually do, 100%.
Okay, now sell me something. Something huge.
Bootstraps is 2 away from upgrading.
My dreams are too big for you.
I don't know what item I replace in
The ultimate secret.
fights in order to get to use it, though. Like, it's obviously only PvP fights that I think I'm absolutely going to rock that I can really justify it. Very glad to be slowing all their stuff and freezing all their stuff. Seems to have had quite an impact.
If you think you've hurt my feelings, I assure you I have none.
I know that was to save face, but that's actually way sadder. Look, I know you think you crushed my dreams out there, but joke's on you. I'm dead inside. I don't care about anything.
Does not matter. At the edge of the foundation, they wait. They build.
Ooh, Midsworth, you could easily hold the items I care about.
The Grand Society of Master Merchants welcomes you.
I mean, VIP pass is certainly available. I also do have some interest in upgrading bootstraps and then using that to level up all my items on board, so the fort would get hit, private hot springs, snow globe, etc. I do think I even have the time to make that play as well. So I'm gonna buy and sell hat shit.
That's how a master merchant makes a sale.
I'm gonna buy a upgrade to our Huevos Guild. Buy and sell a kukri.
I suppose I can sell that. Oh, maybe I can resell this to my employees.
Grand? Lord of the Wastes is not hard to beat. Ooh, do I think I can do it without turbo on the field? Honestly? Yeah. Yeah, I do think I can.
Let's release our joy and rage.
I mean, if I can't, it's going to be very embarrassing, but I'm almost entirely certain this is going to still be enough. Their flamberge is just way too slow and never really did enough damage to actually have a shot here. The idea is that things crit enough that the magic carpet then gets fast and it passes that charge back over to the flamberge, but the thing is they've only got a shoe blade and magic carpet, like they don't have enough that crits. Not to pose a real threat.
Is beautiful.
Oh, pendulum. When you use an adjacent item, charge the other adjacent item for 1 second. Super cool. Insect wing. 9% cooldown reduction again. You love to see it.
Now that's giving up the business.
Then I'll hit the bootstraps because we're doing the buy and sell and cost low, high sell strategy. So turbo booby trap, I can reduce that by a further 9. It does feel like snow globe should probably be the target though. But also the turbo booby trap gives out haste, which then snow globes. Yeah, so you're now at 8.3. That's good. You'll stay there. I think pendulum's getting sold. It's just, I don't... the value of 1 second of charge is less right now than it otherwise would be in different games.
Yataria? The dunes? Where shall we start?
Dualtron mainframe. When you use a friend, charge the core 1 second, and haste the large item 1 second, and your Dualtron has the core type. Super cool. I would love to play that at some point in the future. It's a race car, and another thing there. Oh, hot springs. The normal hot springs. The public hot springs. The adorable hot springs. When you sell this, your heal items gain plus 30 heal. It's also a pistol, sword, and an ointment. Not relevant to us, though. Oh, shielded regal blade. If I was using weapons, that would also be too late to pick that up. Clockwork blades. When you sell this, reduce your items cooldown by 4%. 4%. I do think that would get the turbo booby trap below the limit it needs to be at. Thankfully, Clockwork blades only reduces the cooldown of items that are on board. That said, do I want to do it either? There's also Mirror, transform into the medium item left of this for the fight. Unfortunately, it does not carry the enchantment. No, I have enough money, and also, what do I want right now? I want to spend my money so that I get upgrades on things. This is a perfect opportunity to do so. Yeah, there we go. The fork just got upgraded. Gold and abacus. Adjacent items have 50% additional value. Neat. I'm not doing stuff with value, though. Oil lantern, when you gain regen, charges 2 seconds. Private hot springs would cause that to go off. Obviously, I have to kill my build to put that together, but, you know. Yeah. Shielded snow globe. We get the upgrade to... Oh, it's against 3 experience, but I will take it. We get the upgrade to snow globe, and it's shielded.
That looks like the Cretaceous era?
Huge. I'm gonna head to Isla, recognizing that I... Oh my god, there's the giant ice club. Do I do it? Do I do it? Do I do it? Sell the pendulum. Giant Ice Club. When any item gains freeze, charge this 3 seconds. The first time you fall below half health each fight, freeze an item for 99 seconds. So realistically, this is very slow. It has a 16 second cooldown for us. However, it is getting charged constantly. I would have to take I would lose one of the multicasts from Shielded Snow Globe because the private hot springs would be off the field. So this would only have 1 property for its adjacencies. Private hot springs is obviously off the field, which means I lose save myself at half health from the hot springs. I do think the Giant Ice Club is better. It does its damage immediately, rather than giving them burn and then waiting for them to die to the burn. This freezes their items if they beat me in speed. But this also freezes a single item if they beat me in speed. This gives me regen, But also, I should just have enough HP that I'm not worried. I'm gonna buy these two. Sell them both. Bootstraps, 27, yep. So when I buy the Giant Ice Club, it's going to upgrade something, so I have to sell the Private Hot Springs, unfortunately, beforehand, because I don't want that to be the thing upgraded.
Now that's quality.
Cool. Hitting the Turbo Ice Club's fine. Sorry, hitting the Turbo Booby Trap's fine. Giant Ice Club ideally would be the hit. It only gets 500 more damage, though, but it also has multi-cast. Oh, wow. Boomerang. Nice. I'm going to buy slingshot, sell slingshots, then buy and upgrade the boomerang. Mm-hmm. So now our bootstraps literally can only target the Giant Ice Club.
You do see these tusks, right?
You should know.
Things that I fear the
I'm a bit of a
most.
legend
Crit
in
Boulder.
Bazaar.
Poison Flagship. Poison's certainly bad. But with only 3,000 max HP and you don't have slow to hit me with, I don't think you win.
You've got talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
Yeah, in time. You did get me to half HP, but that caused me to freeze an item and the Giant Ice Club started going off. And he's out here small sell items. I'm gonna get a sharpening kit, literally just like as an economic play. Reginald and Fortis teaches shield skills. It's sad that I had to get rid of the private hot springs, because I do think there's situations where I would want it on board instead. Zero to diamond tier skills, things related to freeze and large items are obviously the most relevant to us. Shield skills are kind of relevant, but also realistically, our shield items don't actually go off that many times.
I've been watching your progress. At last, here you are.
When you use a property, deal damage equal to double your gold, says commercial zoning, and I'm going to take an opportunity to invest in that. Let's head to Isla, who sells weapons, seeing if you have a giant ice club for me. You do indeed.
Help you finish a fight.
I will buy it, which the buying of it upgraded it from the bootstraps, which means the sharpening stone didn't even... Alright. Well, that's not how I was hoping that would go, but it's fine. And then from here on out, I care about saving and generating money, so I'll use the bootstraps exclusively as an economic gain tool. Obviously, Frost Street Champion's incredible for us, but the problem is they... Wait. When any item gains freeze, charge this 3 seconds. Never mind, I just kill you with the Ice Club immediately.
Sweaty, Bazaar, bad place.
Yeah, Frozen Bludgeon. When you freeze, your weapons gain 8 damage for the fight. Very, very bad freeze effect. And bootstraps. I'm gonna head to Prospero, who sells economic items.
Coins are my seeds, wealth is my crop.
I mean, if I want to gain money, these certainly aren't the things for it. Piggy bank comes with me, though.
Same investment once. I'd say the results are evident, wouldn't you?
Open sign, uses the value of my items. It's never really going to be worth its space on the field, unfortunately for us.
I'm a people person, and sometimes I sell stuff.
Stopwatch, freeze both players' items for 1 second. It's pretty powerful. Gets double cast. Freezes a lot of items. Takes a long time.
Do you have to leave already?
Oh, buy and sell a hatchet for tiny little piggy bank play right there. All right, Neodrax.
My people peace. Boring.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen
That is
my
a
share of
submersible build. Oh, submersible spices build. They don't have any disruption, no slowing, no freezing, nothing like that.
Defeat
So I
does
suspect
not
we'll be
defeat
okay.
me.
Also, they didn't have many items on the board, so they were going to get permafrozen after a certain point.
It's all about motivation. You gotta know what you're fighting for.
Cooldown reduction on the Ice Club would be so good at the moment. With the 16-second cooldown, just a single feather would be so impactful. Healer regeneration items, not really relevant. I'm just going to get an abandoned property. Oh, pawn shop, cool. That's something you can make income out of. I'd love to have pawn shop before I sell this, but then I won't have the space to sell it, so. All right, Nightshade. Care to dazzle me? Nope. And also no. Also probably too expensive for me to have actually gone for that. I shouldn't have rerolled there. Void Colossus. I do think I slow down the Void Colossus enough to be able to destroy you. Property Baron does actually have a skill that I super care about right now called Trader, which is all of your items have 2 additional value, making it much easier for me to generate money for the sake of commercial zoning doing more damage. But like, commercial zoning is causing each of my properties to do 100 damage each time it hits, which is fine. I'd have to get up to like 200 for it to really be like a number that I care about. That's not impossible. But like, it's really hard to argue against getting legendary experience when it's offered. It looks like it was basically a 1 in 4 there for them to win if they targeted the right item. Thankfully, they didn't.
You gotta know what you're fighting for. If the Elder could see me now.
It's absolutely not upgrade an item. I've got that done. Olin, teach me a gold tier skill.
When you're ready, but I am very old.
When you freeze, your items gain 3% crit chance for the fight, and your large items have 25% additional crit chance. Both of those are very appealing. I'm gonna go reaching the summit.
Power, but not all power.
Oh, yes, please. Unfortunately, I can't enchant bootstraps at this point. I'm gonna Guardian's Gorge our Ice Club, causing it to shield for the same amount of damage it does. A lot more safety in fights. I can buy and sell tiny things at Isla, but that's about it right now.
Oh, I do miss it.
And I'm buying and selling things for the sake of the pawn shop, so I'm losing value on them. The bootstraps allows me to upgrade the pawn shop eventually, at least.
Well, you can. Use it well. Make me proud.
Now that's quality.
Okay, so I upgraded the pawn shop. Now it's got a 2 additional value. Every time I sell an item. He cut.
I should warn you,
I don't think there's a world where I end up enchanting the pawn shop and putting it back on this field.
People are a pattern.
Is there? No, I can't imagine it. Oh, I permafroze your turbo sleeving, but then Obsidian Bat of Acid killed us. Boo. That's really annoying. Did you freeze my shielded Ice Club at the very start of the fight? Initial chill. Froze my Ice Club for 5 seconds. Which fully prevented my Ice Club from ever going off. I 100% would have lived if that was not the freeze target for specifically the 5 seconds. But also, that's how that goes. Alas. I should probably bring up Fort's enchants here to see what's going on, just in case. Yeah, restorative heal equal to this item. I could put a random enchant on it. I don't think healing equal to the fort is relevant when the fort goes off.
Becoming triangular.
Giving triangularity a go at the moment. Double its shield. Yeah.
I would spar with you, but this leg. Oof.
I'm still trying to upgrade the pawn shop here. Spending money to upgrade the pawn shop. Nope.
All my weapons have been tested in battle. Have you?
Cold room would be an upgrade for us still.
All about moderation.
Stained glass window. Cooldowns are lowered. It's on the board. And if you win a fight with it in play, it gives value to your other properties.
It all works out.
Well, your properties, actually, including itself. I'll go for the Void Baron this time. I can't just risk the 1 in 4 that they target the Shielded Giant Ice Club immediately at the start of the fight and we lose. Ooh, that billboard's still really fast right now. Yeah, see, that's how the fights are supposed to go. Good big freeze, and then they die. That's how all of them should go. Subscraper. At the start of each fight, your other items gain value equal to this item's value for the fight. Oh, I keep forgetting to I'm getting rid of the pawn shop. It's so much space, and I'm not actually using it effectively. Rukon teaches weapon skills. I'm literally going here looking for double damage to large weapons.
Wormcats fight without weapons, but you will need them.
I'll take quality over quantity. When you have exactly 1 weapon, it has lifesteal and double crit chance.
Destroyed many Sphinxians. Study for an experience, and then Bazaar Con for 3. If we win today, it's not unlikely tomorrow we would be able to get all the way to level 19, which is important because that's the next enchant. Also, 7 wins so far. This is it's fundamentally, this is a disruption build that just has a lot of the disruption already as passives on the board. So when I see an enemy like this, I smile, because this is exactly what we're set up to fight. When I see an enemy with only a couple items on the board, I get scared. Thank you, Blue Beetle, for freezing my items, because the Shielded Ice Club says when any item gains freeze, charges 3 seconds. So as soon as you do that, I punch you in the face for 3,000 heal, 3,000 damage, and 3,000 shield.
Take your time.
Middle, cold room.
balcony, double value in combat for something. No thank you. Spiky shield, not really the way we want to do that. There's the cold room. Every 10 seconds, freeze 2 items 1 second. When you freeze, rather, gain 6 regen for the fight, and when your enemy uses an item, charge this 1 second. Think that's the replacement for the Snuglobe.
Oh, I think you're really gonna enjoy that.
I do. If my enemy's faster than me, this pulls them back down to my level. Also, it actually has trajectory. It's a thing I can upgrade as well. It'll get another freeze target. So it will effectively have, like, freeze 1 with multicast because it freezes 3 instead. And also actually has 2 multicasts, so it freezes 6. Cold room definitely better. Cooldown reduction, please. 20. Oh, 40 damage, 40 shield, 40 heal. Definitely look at Prospero. It's probably irrelevant though. Vineyard, Subscraper, and Abacus. No, thank you. Oh, Golden Silk Scarf. When you sell another non-weapon item, this gains 8 shield, but here's the useful text. Your non-weapon items sell for an additional value. I can't do that. Here's the reason. Bootstraps is going to upgrade when I spend 5 gold, and I want it to only be able to target the cold room, so I can't take any of those. I mean, I'm absolutely just going to kill Frost Tree Champion in the opening frame again.
Your fault, I blame. I go back, Frost.
Your fault, I blame. I go home now. Damn it. The other skill would have been so much better. Invigorating Cold, the first time you freeze these fight. Haste 2 items 2 seconds. 5? Yeah, okay. I'm going to go to Artisan Dunes. I'm going to pay 5 in order to upgrade the cool room and give 20 damage to the Shield of Giant Ice Club. Again, I'm saying 20 damage because that's multicast. I'm just representing that in the damage. I love going to Hattie's place. Didn't get the diamond tier skill. We do get a gift. 3 diamond tier loot items. Cooldown reduction, experience. Well, 3 experience, which I can sell before we move forward a space, meaning I will hit level 19 in time, by the way, the thing that I said. As well as an Eagle Talisman for a chance. For regen, 20% crit chance for our Giant Ice Club. Poison effect or enchant randomly. I mean, reasonably, I mean, it's Cold Room that should get it, and poison's going to be completely irrelevant, so we'll risk the possibility we get either icy, shiny, or slow, or haste. We got haste. Cool. It theoretically could be the fastest item to activate on the board, depending on how my opponent goes. There. Anything else I need to do? When the Shielded Ice Club goes off, it charges freeze items. That's probably a good idea. Yeah, crit wouldn't... Crit can propagate across the top of the turbo boob trap. Maybe it should be turbo boob trap over there. The Reno! I mean, could be work, I guess.
Too big for you to steal.
You're doing freezing too. That bodes well for me, because my item triggers when any item is freezed. And you're targeting freezing small items, which I don't have. Except for the Igloo, which is targeting...
I can see you're going places, but I'll be chasing you.
Larger items as well. It's pretty good. 12,000 damage, 12,000 heal, and 12,000 shield. It's pretty good. Isle sells weapons, but I'm going to go for 380 max HP, please. Ooh, Curio. Well, I hear that you sell cooldown reduction.
And grab something.
I mean, there's no reason not to buy a couple of damage increases.
Warms my rusty circuits to see that find a home.
Some additional crit chance as well. Still haven't taken any advantage of Thick Hide. Oh my god. Prostrate Champion, do you actually want to give me the skill? Come on. I keep coming here for it. Just give me the goddamn skill. Give me Blizzard. Iceberg. When an enemy uses an item, freeze it for 5 seconds. For 0.5 seconds, rather. That's kind of what our Cold Room is, but the Cold Room also activates as a property and also targets more items. I'm not too enthused by that.
You gotta know what you're fighting for.
Again, I'm going to go to Rukon. Again, I am specifically asking for double damage to large weapons.
Never eat students.
When you freeze, your weapons gain damage. Admittedly, fine-ish, but it's not really going to change many fights. I'm taking the risk. I don't get it. Fine. Heavy firepower. When you have 5 of your items in play, 25 additional damage.
Slightly less weak. Ryokon is proud.
This is it. This is the way. Bladeborn Badlands is here offered to us. To enchant an item with crit effects. Now, the item that we hit is Shielded Fort, because the shielding of the fort doesn't matter to me at all. But Critical Fort has a unique enchantment, which says enemy items have negative 100% crit chance. So if they were planning on critting me with a boulder, think again. Actually think again, buddy. That's not going to happen how you think it will. Snow Globe's never going back on field. I can sell that here. I mean, win or lose, this is the end of the run for me. So I'm going to sell these and gain the additional chocolate bars. And also sell the business card. So now each of my properties does hit the enemy for 460 damage from commercial zoning. That's pretty cool. Shielded Ice Club, big. Turbo Booby Freeze Trap. Turbo Cold Room. All with inside my deadly fort. Okay, Ben. Can you survive my trap gauntlet?
Are you sure?
If you make it past the walls of my deadly fort, if you make it through the dreaded cold room and through the booby traps that withstand, sorry, that comprise my fortress, you will be rewarded by being punched in the face by a big club. Shielded Elemental Depth Charge. Can't freeze large items, but they froze a large item with Frostfire or something here. They managed to freeze the Shielded Giant Ice Club for a while, and then as soon as it was unfrozen, it was like, and now you die. Oh, yes, you froze me, and now you die.
The elder told me
That was good fun.
never listen.
It is kind of sad to have, like, called my shot so hard on picking up Thick Hide. Like, a very good item in a very not especially common situation to pick it up, and then didn't even use it. Got it prior to my enchants, enchanted in a different direction, and went from there. That went really well. I feel like that's pretty uninteractive, my enemies, though, because, like,
start activating items and I'll kill you. If you don't activate any items, I'll kill you. Heads, I win. Tails, you lose. I'll happily collect my 6 chests of value, as well as escape gold 4. Oh, I didn't apply any poison here. I gotta make sure I do that before the end of the day. Maybe that's what we're about to do as Vanessa. Of course, we can only find that out by skipping ahead to that day at some point. So I'll record that episode. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been The Bazaar. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past are the names of the people who are generously supporting the Republic on Patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out about the thank you and a special thanks this episode to Eloise. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.